and God loves me.
Welcome to Something Feral, the podcast where three friends watch, eat, and talk trash. We're your hosts. I'm Kate.
I'm Brianna.
Brianna, you can't talk when you touch that.
Sorry.
Say it again.
I'm really sorry.
Jail.
No, you're not.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Blaze.
Here she is. She's here.
I'm fine.
We're all fine today.
My co-hosts love to touch our shitty mics.
I'm sorry.
I have not been an offender of that in a while.
That's
I've
true.
been good.
That's true. That's true.
I'm okay. I'm sitting on my hands.
I'm gonna tie them together. Is what I'm gonna do.
I'm sorry.
No more touching.
I'm done.
Get her a fidget spinner.
I really do need something with my hands. I need like a silent fidget spinner though, because like
I don't think
Oh,
they
they make
exist.
noise?
well, I just mean the mics will probably pick up whatever like noise.
Squish. I have ones that like squish, but you can't be squishing.
No.
Oh, I have like a foam frog you can squeeze.
We can try it.
I have it in my bag if you want to give her a go today.
Listeners, if you have any recommendations for a dog toy for me, please let me know.
Or if you want to pay for our new mics that won't pick up the sound, please.
Oh, we will accept that. And you know what? We'll if you want, we'll send a foot picture as well.
Yeah.
We've given this some thought.
Not above that.
People do not seem to be responding to that request.
Yeah, like I put my toes out there and they're flexible and beautiful and no one cares.
I care. I think it's really incredible what those toes can do.
That's right.
Powerful toes.
Like another set of hands.
Hands for feet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Thanks to everyone who wrote in.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was a fun episode. And honestly, I thought I was just going to be answering questions about the pod. Like, where'd you get the idea? Like, why the name? They didn't want that.
No.
They didn't care.
The people spoke.
The critters.
The critters.
The critters emerged.
Yeah.
We said ask anything and they did.
We will, just for everyone's reference, I know Blaze added a little note about this in our last episode. We got copyright flagged for my Celine Dion music video, so we'll be posting clips of it. And if you really want to see it, if you are really invested in this video, let us know and we'll put it on our Patreon, which we don't have yet, but we will.
We'll create a Patreon so you can pay to watch Brianna reenact the Celine Dion music video. Literally worth it.
Boom.
It's still copyrighted material. I don't know why we can post it there. No way.
I'll sing. It'll be over my voice.
I'm not going to jail for this video.
Celine, if you're listening,
Don't sue us.
Let us do this. Please, girl. We love you so much.
you know, let's send it to her Instagram.
We can get copyright permission.
Yeah.
From the whoever the fuck. I don't know who owns
You know
it.
what? I think that's what we should do. If any
So
of our
me.
if any of our critters know anyone related to Celine Dion, first of all, how dare you not tell us earlier?
First of all, what the fuck?
And number two, let us know so we can make contact.
Yeah, we've seen her once before in concert. Like, we are fans. This isn't like we're not making mockery of her. Like, we would die for her.
No, I put my heart and soul into this because I am
Heart of the ocean.
Yeah, they're damn right. So yeah, sorry folks, but it'll come in clips.
And thank you, YouTube, for being like, hey, bitch, take that out. Do you want to go to jail? I'm like, no.
Silly girl.
Yeah,
No.
there are better things to go to jail for.
I just like don't want to go to jail ever.
No, me neither.
I'm
But like,
so scared of jail.
yeah, no, like there's noble reasons to go to jail.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Wow, someone's in a mood.
well, I just think like, you know, I'm going to stay quiet, but there are certain instances where whatever.
Again, this
I'll
will be
catch a
available
case.
on our Patreon.
I'll talk about this on our Patreon. Anyway,
Help.
speaking of other feral behaviors and not statute of limitations laws, I think I'll jump right in with a little.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's tough because it's truly like a feral trash night / feral behavior.
It's our podcast, our rules.
That's true. I just
Yeah, we have no bosses.
no, that's true. It fits into both categories. So I just want to give that caveat.
Spit her out.
So my feral behavior is a recipe, and I was up north this past weekend, and this is one of Maverick's family traditions.
Ooh, always fun.
You're not even ready. So Maverick had talked a big game about dish is not the right thing to call this. Like this appetite, like I don't
Meal?
even- No, not a meal. As you pointed out to me, this does not classify as a meal.
Oh.
Anyway, so Maverick had talked a big game about how much he loved this, and his dad is the chef who owns the recipe.
Ooh, a dad recipe. Always
Oh.
bangers. Dads always spit out bangers.
You're not even ready for this. So I was making stovetop popcorn, and Maverick was like, Dad, you should make your Velveeta popcorn. And I was confused. Well, no, I wasn't confused. The first time he said it, I was very confused. But like, I had heard of this so many times, and he was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this would be a good time to make it, to give it a go. I think we have all the ingredients. And I was like
Like
Velveeta
wet
and
cheese?
popcorn? Like, no, what? It's worse than what it sounds like, because I was making the popcorn on the stove, and I said, would you like me to make some extra so you can make your Velveeta popcorn? And they said, no, it's really meant to be microwave popcorn.
Oh.
This dish, this snack, I don't know. So it is microwave popcorn, the movie theater butter kind.
I was just going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, oh no. And there's, the main ingredient is PFAS, like chemicals. This is poison.
Okay. So right up Blaze and I's alley.
Yeah, so you pop, however many bags you're going to serve. Like, let's say I was making it for the 2 of you, so I'd pop 2 bags of...
Oh, we each get our own bag. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have to, and I'll explain why. So you start by making... Well, I guess you don't really start, but that is the foundation of the recipe, is a bag of microwave movie theater butter popcorn.
Great start.
Then what you do is you take a block of Velveeta cheese. I think this was off-brand as well, so it was just orange, soft chemicals.
What is off-brand Velveeta?
It was like store brand, whatever. Like,
But is that like
grocery stores.
American cheese?
This cannot be described as cheese. There's no way this is classified as cheese.
So yes, American.
Orange byproduct is what I would describe this as.
Orange dust.
It's not powder. It's a block, like a stick of butter is the best I could describe the consistency. But when a stick of butter is put in the fridge, it's hard, like it hardens.
Yeah.
This stayed rather soft. The color is orange, not one that you see a lot outside of a sunset. It's not a nature's orange. So they took a plastic large, it might have been glass, but it had a plastic lid container. They cut up, I don't know how to quantify this, like a massive, like a brick size amount of this cheese product.
Yeah, like when you buy Velveeta, it's the brick.
Into big, like, chunks. Then they cut up butter into chunks. Then they put this in the microwave with the plastic lid resting atop it. And I said, ooh, maybe not that part. And his dad was insistent that was part of it. I was like, oh, the plastic is part of the preparation method. So you want the plastic to be in your body. And then you melt the Velveeta and butter with the plastic lid in the microwave for, it was unclear to me how long it was, until it becomes the consistency of like a thick soup. Yeah. And then you pour that onto, like, you'd have a bowl of your microwave popcorn, and you pour the Velveeta butter mixture onto the popcorn, and you might think, wow, that must make the popcorn really wet. And you'd be right.
It was already buttered too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the worst part to me is that, you can't eat this all quickly. So the cheesy, again, I can't even use cheese. The byproduct orange slop, like, turns into a glob at the bottom with the popcorn.
Yeah, the cheese hardens pretty fast, and the butter.
It doesn't fully harden, though. It's still like a gelatinous glob.
Yeah, with that butter.
And it was something I can't unsee. I think you need to know. Like,
I'm most offended by the plastic of it all.
That was honestly the most jarring part. It's hard to say. Each step was like worse than the last,
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm obviously going to try it. Like,
Yeah, you have to try it.
because I was like talking a litlittle shit, but that's how like Maverick's dad and I are. Like, we have that kind of relationship. He's like that kind of guy. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And I took like 3 bites, and I wasn't sure what I was tasting.
3's a lot more than I would have expected you to do.
Well, I wasn't sure at first what I was tasting, because the salt hits you like a truck. And his
Not us.
his parents did warn me. They're like, you're gonna wake up at like 2 a.m, the thirstiest you've ever been in your entire life. And I was like, oh, I'm not eating enough of that to make this a problem.
Right.
It was not good. It was not for me. His mom is very health conscious for the most part, and watching them all enjoy this, I like turned to Maverick at one point. I was like, y'all are sick for this. Like, it
ain't
That's
right.
a tough one.
and I had and I was saying as his dad was preparing it, I was like, this is when people think of like a nightmare Midwest American behavior, and you're just like mad-libbing like the worst ingredients you can think of. You're like, Velveeta, butter, microwave popcorn, plastic. It's like, no, but that is what this was. And they all ate it. And I ate my like stovetop coconut oil popcorn like an asshole. But I was like, I can't do
Your
it.
body, that would destroy your body.
It would wreck my body. And I didn't really care for it.
And for what? Like wet popcorn? Ugh.
That's what I said. I was like,
You can't have crunch left.
I did say, I was like, because his dad was asking me about it, I was like, it was certainly damp, which was surprising. Sometimes you're feeling a little indulgent. You put some butter on your popcorn and you're like, ooh, it's like got a little bit of dampness to it, but it's not like wet.
Yeah.
This was, oh man.
I don't think that one's for me.
It was unforgettable.
I don't think we could do that either.
I don't love cheesy popcorn.
I like popcorn the buttery way it's supposed to be,
Me
butter
too.
and salt.
I like chocolate on popcorn.
Ooh.
Oh, see, I don't love sweet popcorn. I like
You
savory.
don't like caramel corn?
No, I don't
Oh,
care
I
for
love
I
caramel
like
corn.
caramel corn. Or kettle corn.
Kettle corn, yeah.
I can do like kettle corn if it's warm. Like I've recently come
like
around.
fresh kettle corn.
Yeah, I've come around. to kettle corn.
fresh kettle corn is just fucking delicious.
It's special. Yeah, I've come around to it. But no, I make mine coconut oil, pop it, and then just butter, salt.
yeah. You eat a lot more popcorn than I think. At least I do.
I hadn't had any in a while.
Like 4 days.
No, it had been like almost a month, and I had some, and I was like, oh my God, that's so good. Maverick was like, it's just like popcorn. I was like, it's not just popcorn.
It's my everything.
Yeah, and like you're not supposed to eat popcorn, you have braces too.
Yeah.
So that was torture for me.
I will say I have a very similar, this is not quite the same thing, but like with my father-in-law, we have a ongoing battle regarding butter.
The butter battle.
It's a butter battle, and like this has been going on for years. He sent me a framed photo. We like really go at it.
Oh my God,
this.
tell me. Is it about the fridge?
No, him and I are at odds about whether or not toast, like when you go to a restaurant, should come buttered or unbuttered.
What do you think?
My stance is aggressively like, I don't want someone else buttering my toast. Like I want it to come with like toast and butter, and like I want to put the butter on. And he is like hard stance, I want my bread to come buttered. I want my toast to come
age
buttered.
group, like they always butter toast. Like they don't even ask if you want it; they just do it. But I like butter, so I would like it too.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
just think it gets soggy.
No,
I love soggy bread.
But when it's brought to you buttered, it's melted because sometimes it's been too long, and then
That's
the
how
butter
I
doesn't
feel.
spread.
Yeah, so we have this like long-standing argument. That's
No,
why
I'm saying sometimes it's been too long from the time, like if you're at a diner, not always, but sometimes from the time it like comes out of the toaster
Right.
to the time it's on your plate. And if they don't butter it for you and your butter's like cold or whatever, it might not spread.
That's what I hate. It enrages me when the butter won't spread.
But
a
on the
bummer,
other
yeah.
side, so that's what they say is they're like, oh, we like it buttered because then you know it's fresh, right? They're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But on my end, it's like, I don't care because it'll get soggy.
See, I dip my bread in like my eggs, so I love a soggy, gooey bread.
No. So that is why I have a framed photo. If you ever look downstairs at that desk, we have a framed photo of a piece of toast with a like just slab of butter on top of it. And my father-in-law did that. He took a photo. I don't know if he took it, but he found,
it's a picture.
yeah, he either took the photo or found it online, printed it, put it in a frame, and mailed it to me.
Wow.
That is a very strange hill to die on.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, I don't really care. I'm
Yeah.
good with either.
No, him and I just have these little like that's what we do. Like we have another one where we're in again a critical fight right now about whether
Jelly.
or not our dock is a dock or a pier.
Oh, yours is a dock.
It's a dock. Thank you.
It's not
Actually,
permanent.
he's like, he just doesn't know. Like he's just
No,
wrong.
we've-
like there's a definition.
No, we've looked at the definitions. They're very nebulous.
I don't believe that.
I promise you can look it up. Like
I think of them as such different entities.
every other site has a very different description of a pier versus a dock. Because I know when I think of a pier, I think of like
I think of a permanent structure.
correct.
Yeah,
when I think of a dock,
exactly.
yeah, but that's not the case.
But some docks can be permanent also.
Right,
Correct.
but piers are not temporary.
No, never. Like you never have like a pier you take out. Only
Right.
a dock.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, so like
Another weird hill to die on.
this is just
Seaboard.
well, he's just retired.
Okay.
So,
bored.
yeah,
A lot of
bored.
boredom.
I'm trying to convince him he feeds like the birds and like, takes care of, and he has a lot of crows.
Ooh.
And
love
I am
that.
trying to convince him
to train the crows.
to train crows.
Yeah.
They're so smart.
Oh, he should. That's
Yeah,
a
they're
good
so
hobby.
smart. And I was like, you could like have them collect things for you and like bring
Yeah.
them, like little trinkets.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
attack people if like something bad happens.
They
I've seen
remember
them.
people. Yeah, and apparently they'll remember like children of people and stuff. Like
They remember
crazy.
like people that have helped them or like fed them at once.
And people who wrong those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, so if you're listening,
The crows have eyes.
everybody agrees you need to go into crow training.
Totally. I support it. I'll help.
It's time to feed the crows and collect your trinkets.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that.
We went from buttered, soggy goop to crows once again.
Once again,
You know what? No
and
rules.
Kate's love of birds.
I told you you love birds.
I like certain
She hates the
birds.
idea of going down in history as like somebody who likes birds.
Bird lover. Ew.
No, I
Kate the bird lover. That's what we should call it this episode. Kate the bird lover.
there just aren't. I'm pretty new. Like, there are certain birds I like. There are certain birds that suck. I'm pretty like, I feel like I have the average human stance on
No.
birds.
No,
No, bird enthusiast.
bird enthusiast.
What is it? Ornithologist?
Ornithologist.
Is that
yeah.
right? Did I say that right?
I don't know if it's ornithologist or ornithologist.
It's not like avian?
That's a different type of bird word.
See, you love birds.
Bird word.
I like words.
Bird's the
I
word.
like words. Bird is the
No,
word.
avian is like the descriptor. It's like the genus or one of those. We learned about this on the OC, guys. What was it?
What? Oh my gosh, I could do it. Hold on, give me a second. I could do it like from school. Hold on.
What?
Kingdom, phylum, class. Hold on.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
kingdom, phylum, class,
Genus, species.
family, genus, species.
Family, genus, species.
Wait,
yeah.
is there something else though?
What did Anna teach us?
Kingdom, phylum, class, family, order, genus, species. Is that right?
You're looking at the wrong person.
What are we talking about?
Kingdom, family, class, order,
Like the
family,
animal
genus,
kingdom.
species.
Yeah,
I'm so sure that's right.
And Anna taught us this on the OC.
yeah, because she was teaching.
They were
Summer.
talking about it.
She taught Summer.
Oh, I don't listen when she speaks
No, we
on
were
screen.
we were talking over it. I don't know this from Anna saying it.
I just remember she had like a dumb acronym.
I don't want to listen to like Seth's fever dream.
Yeah,
she
I
isn't
know.
real. It doesn't move the plot because she's fictional.
We're gonna get into her later. Don't worry. Okay, that is a good feral behavior.
I feel like every family has like a shameful recipe. Like every family
Yeah.
secret
Oh.
has a secret shame.
Some have more than one. But yeah, what is yours? What's your family's shame recipe? I don't think we really have one.
well, cheesy potatoes, but made in the absolute most egregious, fattening way you could ever imagine, and it's the only way. To
I'm
make
sure
them.
ours are the same though. Like
Probably Irish.
Irish Midwest. Like
yeah.
every family has a good cheesy potato recipe.
Oh yeah.
But we talked about again. My in-laws have a great cheesy potato
I
recipe.
bet they do.
My parents are too like. My dad's too much of a foodie for us to have like a shameful.
And like neither of them cook.
No, my dad cooks.
Yeah, but not like
Not something shameful.
yeah, I feel like your dad cooks like steak.
My dad cooks like food. Yeah.
Would your dad make something that isn't like a fancy meat? Like a recipe. You know what I mean?
No, there wasn't a lot like
That's what I'm saying.
Not a lot of stovetop food in my house. Like we didn't have a lot of one pot meals or any of
No.
or like we didn't do a lot of no casseroles in my family.
No, I know. We didn't really do a lot of that either, but I'm surprised that your parents would cook like greens and like
Oh yeah, all the time. My dad like went to like culinary school kind of and like did like lessons.
what do you
and-
mean kind of?
Like he took like culinary classes. He didn't go to like he doesn't have
yeah.
like formal certification in it, but he did go to like culinary school to
I
like
didn't know
learn
that.
how to cook. Yeah. No, my dad's a very actually like really talented at cooking.
I'm still trying to think if we have a shame recipe. The only thing that comes to mind is cheesy potatoes, but I'm not ashamed of those. Those are good.
Right. It's just the way that they're made.
You don't want to ask questions or think too hard.
Yeah, I made it the first time, and I can't remember what I said to my mom, but I was like, "Oh, we put this in it." She's like, "Just don't question it. Just do it."
Okay, I told you guys.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it.
I told you guys about that mac and cheese recipe.
Oh yeah, we've been demanding you bring it.
It just I have to go to the store and get 7 bags of cheese.
You don't have that in stock already in your home?
No, and again, I was looking at the recipe and I was like saying to Maverick, I was like, it says 6 and then a bag on top. I was like, that just feels. I don't think that's right. And he was like, do it. Follow the recipe.
Yep.
Don't question it.
Don't
No,
question it.
You're right. If it's cheese that goes in the oven, you just say yes.
That's right. That is good advice.
But if it's Velveeta that goes in the microwave, you just say no.
Think twice.
I have to say though, Velveeta, like mac and cheese, so
you know,
good.
I like don't care for it.
Oh, it's so good. It like hits me in a spot that just like nothing else really tickles me that way. You know what I mean?
And I like the mini, like, little
The
shells.
shells.
And those, like, horrible plastic cups.
Speaking of microwaves and plastic. Yeah, I remember liking the Velveeta mac and cheese, but after watching this go down,
Well, Velveeta also makes like Hamburger Helper, like their own version of Hamburger Helper meals.
No.
And they have one, it's like a beef stroganoff.
I love beef stroganoff.
It's like a white, it's so bad, but so good.
It's one of my dad's favorite recipes. My mom would make it on my dad's birthday. It's like one of like those recipes he likes.
Yeah, nice.
Shame.
That's I mean, what is it? It's like beef and cream and noodles, like
And mushrooms.
and mushrooms. Excuse me.
And onions.
Yeah, I know there's other accessories to the main parts, but those are the primary.
That's how I get my veggies, Kate. Don't.
So yeah, that's a feral behavior / feral trash night.
Listeners, try it.
No, you know what? Do your thing.
Did they all finish the bags? Oh, man.
Maverick might not have.
Luckily, there's lots of toilets in that house for everyone to
True.
use.
Yeah, there's not.
No, you're not doing anything with that much cheese in you.
Oh, yeah.
You're stopped up for days.
And salt too. I imagine you just. Well, popcorn has a lot of fiber in it, though. It's a battle.
It's battling all
your
the
inside.
cheese.
Wow. That sounds like a rough night, regardless.
I mean, I wouldn't know. If Maverick had problems, he kept them away from me.
Yeah. No, his body's used to it.
No, I don't think
That's like
anyone's
my body. My body could probably manage that.
Oh, certainly.
All right. We are moving on to our next segment, which we are going to do a dumpster dive tonight.
I'm going to share a dream.
Blaze has a dream.
I have not shared a dream in a while because I haven't really had many dreams in a while. But this one is strange. Okay, here I go. So I had 2 separate dreams last night. In this first dream, Lady Gaga was in town, and she apparently chose my house for her to stay before her show the next time.
Stop.
I came downstairs to her in my home, acting super erratically, but very sweet still somehow.
Tracks.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it kind of tracks. I basically had to take care of her all night and keep her from getting hurt. I didn't care that she was acting that way, and I was happy to do it.
No, same.
In the morning, she thanked me and left to do her show. And then in the second dream, I was a pirate that could travel between worlds, like the multiverse. Each world I jumped to, there was a different form of chaos. Riots in the streets, people chasing me, etc. I was hopping between worlds to find safety while simultaneously apprehending criminals along the way.
So you're a pirate and a cop.
Pirate Blaze. Buccaneer Blaze.
Brigadier Blaze.
Brigadier Blaze, yeah.
Brigadier Blaze.
I guess that made me some sort of police pirate. In the last world, I got stuck on a boat with criminals who were surrounded by other police pirates. And they flipped over the ship to escape. I found myself in the water and started swimming away. And then I woke up.
Wow. Wow.
From Lady Gaga to police pirates.
It's kind of giving the Pirates of the Caribbean where, which one is that? 3 with the dimensions?
Oh, where they travel when Jack dies, spoiler alert, and they have to go travel. It's Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah.
But there's like and it's like the ends of the earth.
Yeah. They like fall off the earth and then flip around.
They
Oh
have
my
that
God.
like crazy battle.
Oh, that would make sense because I've been watching Pirates, like editing the podcast.
Nice.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, you can answer this question then if you've been watching recently.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the third one where Orlando Bloom comes back at the end, like every 10 years? Is that in the third or the second?
Oh, that's like the 4th. No.
No, that he shows up
At the very end, he like comes onto the beach and Keira Knightley's waiting
with a
for him.
child. Yeah, that's 3. But then the 4th movie,
The 4th is the Fountain of
his
Youth.
son is grown up now, and he goes to Davy Jones' ship.
No, that's the 5th one.
Jesus.
What happens in 4?
4 is the Fountain of Youth. It's the one with like,
Salma Hayek.
Is it Salma Hayek or Penelope Cruz?
Oh, it's Penelope Cruz.
I thought so.
yeah, there's like mermaids and they go to the island to find the Fountain of Youth and her dad like wants to take it and then,
Keith Richards is in that one?
yeah, that's Jack's dad.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a random one. It's not really like a lot of like the main characters, but the 5th one is when the kid is old. Well, in the beginning, he's young, and then they find Barbossa's daughter in that one.
Oh.
And they team up
That's right. Oh,
to
gosh.
find the trident.
We might have to watch some of these later ones because I do not remember anything about
Agreed,
them.
yeah.
I should know. I've rewatched them 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Orlando Bloom. I was just wondering because Maverick and I were talking about pivotal moments in film, and I was talking about how moved I was as a youth by Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my god. It came out when we were in high school, right?
Middle school.
Or middle school, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that movie in the first one in theaters like
Me
6
too.
times.
Oh, so many times.
Every once in a while, I'll get hyper fixated on those movies. Like, for the last, 10 episodes, I just watched them in a circle. And maybe that's where this dream came from. I would have to imagine.
That sounds
Right on
right.
there, yeah.
Yeah, Brigadier Blaze.
Why was I the police? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about Orlando Bloom because he's kind of nerdy and quiet in the first one, but when he's in that pirate outfit, now, I mean, of course I was enamored with him as a 7th grader, but oh man, when he's walking up that beach in his wet pirate outfit and he kisses her leg. Whew.
Oh, yeah, that's when they make their kid. That's why. And then
That's when they make their kid.
Why? That sounded so weird.
That was a really unique way of putting that.
It sounds like how a little kid would say that. Is that what they made the kid?
Well, they do bring it up because they're that has to be the time because they've only done it one time. And they do make it a thing.
Oh, that's
when you hear
right.
a kid in a theater, you hear a kid talking and they're like, is that what they make the kid? And you're like, shh. Yes.
And doesn't she put something of his on?
Oh, I don't remember.
His boots,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, it is discussed because they're like, how does he have a baby? He can come on land once every 10 years.
Come
And that's
on
when it was
land.
made.
Oh, yeah.
Ay.
Yikes.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Hoi, hoi, hoi. Wow.
Yeah, that movie, it'll make me cry if I'm on my period. Then I will cry at the end. I won't spoil it.
3.
No, the 5th one. The last one.
I don't even remember anything about the 5th one.
They're searching for the trident to break all curses of the sea because he wants to break the
that's
curse
huge.
of being.
Seafaring.
What's the guy called?
Davy Jones?
Yeah, but Davy
Kraken.
Jones is killed, so then he had to be Davy Jones.
Oh, the captain of
But he's just captain of the
the Black Pearl?
No.
No, it's the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Nice.
I think I watched the 4th and 5th one with you and Dale.
Yeah, but we probably don't remember any of it.
No, I would fall asleep at your house a lot.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah, I did. And I was probably on some parenting pills myself.
Yeah. That was, I think, also in your nanny era with Gillian.
Yeah, Team Mom.
No, I don't think I was nannying for him then. I think I was avoiding a relationship.
Right, that's right. That's right.
I was there equal amounts, 8 hours a day.
Right. One of them paid, one of them not. All right. From that, we'll move on to our favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, there's really no analysis here. I had watched the Pirates movie and I dreamed of pirates.
You know what? I would agree with that. I'm actually going to say something really interesting. I think I did something unique.
Ooh.
I think that this insane popcorn situation falls into feral behavior, feral trash night, and trash or treasure. Because it's trash to me, but treasure to some. It's literally a
It could also technically
trifecta.
be a dumpster dive because we did the recipe books.
Oh, and you know where this recipe came from? Is apparently Maverick's dad's friend in law school would do this.
That is something a man in
Yeah,
school would do.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I was like, that sounds completely right. Only that
Who
set
made it
of
out of necessity.
circumstances.
It was like what
create
he
this.
had to eat.
Yeah.
Literally the only 2 things
Right.
in the
3
house.
things.
3.
Yeah.
And putting the plastic in the microwave.
For sure.
It's giving man.
Yeah. It's giving boomer.
Boomer man.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the OC recap. So we're going to start with 2 really great episodes.
A lot happens.
A lot happens in these episodes. So the first episode that we are going to be reviewing is episode 13, and it is the best Christmukkah ever. And the synopsis written by the OCWiki.com is as follows. Ryan is officially introduced to the bi-religious holiday of Christmukkah. Bi-religious is not a word.
It's not red.
Bi-religious sounds like you're bisexual, but also religious.
Yeah.
So, I have to tell you,
Bi-religious.
Maverick. I'm sorry, Maverick used the term bi-curious the other day. He was like, well, is she bi-curious? And I was like, you sound like a parent who
Yeah.
doesn't understand what Gen Z or fashion is doing. And you're like, well, maybe she's going through a bi-curious phase.
Bi-curious
It was just
is crazy.
The straightest.
Bi-religious face.
Yeah, it was just the straightest, dorkiest thing ever. Anyway, it was very silly. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Sorry to Maverick.
So
All right, I'm going to start over.
please.
Yep.
That was my fault.
Ryan is officially introduced to the bi-religious holiday of Christmukkah. Thanks to Seth, who has set this up for his parents. The Christian Kirsten, that's a mouthful, and the Jewish Sandy.
Sandy the Jew.
Sandy the Jew.
Make it, yeah.
This is written so odd.
Wow, okay. These are all bad. That's why we have to give them credit.
Sandy the Jew.
Sandy the Jew. Seth insists that he has two godly forces helping him as he continues to play both Summer and Anna by claiming he has chosen the other. Meanwhile, Marissa falls more into depression and debauchery over her family life problems and gets arrested for shoplifting with Ryan. It gets worse when Ryan has to cover for her when she gets drunk at Seth's Christmukkah party. Kirsten risks more than just her job by speaking out about Father Caleb's... Father Caleb? Who wrote this? By speaking out about...
Is there not a comma either?
No, there's nothing there. No.
Just like a priest.
Yeah. Just Father Caleb's shady business deals. Summer and Anna find out about Seth's two-timing them and decide to give him a very special gift to make him choose which one he wants to be with. That was a bad synopsis, listeners. I apologize.
It was crazy to listen to.
Let's give you a better one. Blaze, I know you had some notes.
I had vigorous notes. Where should we start? I feel like this is a teen-heavy episode.
Yeah.
That's a fair
very
point, yeah.
forward.
I wrote so many things. Marissa and Ryan this day are just the saddest bunch of sacks you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, Marissa's like, I don't need to do Christmas. Like, Dad, like, I don't need to. And he's like, what? You know, Jimmy. What?
Yeah,
It's
like, what do you mean? What's wrong?
She's like, Dad, you literally don't need to get me gifts. And he's like, it's cool. And he's like going on a job interview this day. So he had to look nice. And she's like, I promise, sweetie, I'll get a job. I promise.
He won't.
Yeah, so Marissa and Ryan go to the mall and she shoplifts. Doesn't give any explanation why.
She also talks about
She's
like how
troubled.
she can't afford the mall anymore, but that the mall makes her like happy because it's like a special place.
Yeah, this is where I spent my peers' college tuition money.
Right. She talks about it. She's like, it just makes me like happy. You do it better, Marissa.
I never thought that this was someone's retirement savings on my arm.
And then Julie at this point also is like, you're going to fucking therapy.
Yeah, she
We're
storms
done.
into Jimmy's house after this. Well, they don't do anything because, she's
Yeah, there's no consequences.
a rich white woman.
Except for
and she
going to
was
therapy.
Saved. Yeah. And so Julie walks in. She's like, once again, Jimmy, something happens when Marissa's in your care.
True. She's right.
Period.
He is not a good parent.
Nope.
And then he's like, okay, fine. Marissa, like, yeah, like, you should go to therapy. Like, you were supposed to do that here, weren't you? Like, weren't you supposed to be going to therapy? Like,
Yeah.
You're her father. You don't know?
Yeah, or like she just talked you out of it and you were just like, all right.
He was no nonchalant, like, oh, yeah, you're supposed to be doing that, right? Of course, Father Jimmy.
Father Jimmy.
Father Caleb and Father Jimmy. What?
Dad's of the year right there.
She finally is like, okay. But I wrote, Marissa acting like therapy is jail.
Yeah.
They're acting like it is the most shameful thing to go to therapy
That was
in
like
the world.
kind of how it was in the 2000s. Like I feel like not as much in the real world, but on TV it was like,
oh, yeah.
It was like, are you telling people you're in therapy and stuff? Like I had friends who were in therapy and I was like, oh, okay. But like on TV back then, it was like, therapy, no.
But they also never show her with a therapist.
No, you never see a therapist.
You never see a therapist. You just see the therapist's hallway.
And we meet Oliver in this episode.
The menace.
The everything menace.
Everything.
Oh my God, he is so spooky. So Marissa meets Oliver, and in the waiting room, he's like guessing what she's done to be there. He's like, let me guess. Like, you've OD'd once probably. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, let me guess, like sleeping pills? You didn't really want to kill yourself then. I'm like, you just met this woman. What is going on?
And doesn't he he's like, oh, you're like Marissa. Like, he knows who she is, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
I
like, oh,
think
you go to
so.
like Harbor.
Yeah.
That was where she goes to school and shit.
Not good.
Don't like that.
Never a good sign.
Yeah, it was just weird. And she was acting like therapy is jail for like the longest time. I'm like, this is kind of jaily.
No. Dr. Kim wanted her to focus on her extracurriculars, and instead she's, again, in Jimmy's care, doing bad things. So, justice for Dr. Kim.
I don't know this for certain, but I also feel like she's a minor. right? Shouldn't one of her parents be there and like have conversations with the therapist?
You would think.
Like, I feel like when children go to therapy, like usually there's a parent with them and like the therapist talks to the parent.
Yeah, barring very
just
specific
like,
circumstances.
Marissa, you got to be there too. Good luck.
Like, kind of. And why would you trust that she would go?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry if I'm, well, I mean, this is a horrible scenario, God. But like, if you're one of Marissa Cooper's parents, like, again, you've got the time. If you want her to, you know, be a semi-well-adjusted person, like, you're in that car with her. You're sitting next to her.
Yeah.
You're taking notes. Yeah. Like, not them.
Well, Julie was busy that night because she was planning the Christmas party at the what's Father Caleb's business.
Father Caleb's.
Yeah, she was planning the party.
What's his firm
Newport
called?
Group.
Oh, it's just a Newport Group. That's right.
Group,
Yeah.
And she walks in, you know, after finding out Marissa committed a crime again. She says, Julia's like, my party will not be ruined by your sticky fingers.
Oh, yeah. Mom of the year.
She's got zingers.
Because she was like, you're grounded. She's like, oh, great. So I don't have to go to the party, right? And she's like, my party will not be ruined by your
You know what's
sticky
fair?
fingers.
That is punishment for a teen, having to go to your like parents' event.
With Father Caleb.
Yeah. And you know what? You can't like really get in too much trouble because they're all there.
Right.
Yeah, and at this event that she does not want to go to, she goes into Father Jimmy's liquor cabinet and takes like not a whole fifth, but a large bottle of liquor.
It's like a $3.75.
Yeah.
Easy.
And she puts it into her clutch. The whole thing is just this bottle.
Just a vodka bottle.
Yeah, and she gets obviously wasted, schmammered at this event.
Also, if I were, again, one of her parents, I would make sure booze was not easily accessible to her.
Yeah.
Not Jimmy.
Not
Jimmy.
Not Jimmy.
No, so then her and Ryan get into a fight.
They start fighting because he's like, you're drunk. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm leaving.
Right. So then she tries to leave drunk, and Ryan's like, no. And she hits a car in the parking lot.
Yeah,
of this
that's
party.
right.
And like her acting, again, Misha Barton, could not have played Marissa Cooper any better.
She's like, plot twist, I was drunk.
Right. But like she like rear ends this car and she's like,
Yeah.
and then Ryan, like, I don't know where he's driving her, probably home. Doesn't tell any parents, right? Like,
Classic. Although, to be fair, he basically just got parents. So, like, I could see in a crisis that wouldn't be your instinct as, you know.
yeah. So he starts driving her home, and then the cops pulled him over for the broken taillight because she just crashed. And Marissa's like fucking drinking
In the car.
In the car.
It's like open in the car.
open
yeah.
container, taking swigs.
Yeah, because they get called away on a different call. That's why they don't get in trouble.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is the only time Ryan does not get in trouble for a crime that he commits.
Yeah. Slash doesn't.
Yeah, it is the one single time.
And then he like throws a little fit with Marissa because
Fair.
he's so mad. But yeah, we were talking about it. Like,
Yeah, he starts like slamming the door like over and over. I'm like, he's crashing out.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, you're scaring me. And he's like, you're scaring me. And, like, I bet.
Ryan's also like, again, a traumatized teen.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best, like,
Who has an alcoholic
communication
mother.
skills. Yeah.
He says, drinking, crying, and cops must be Christmas.
That's right. Oh,
Really sad.
so sad. And Seth is like, Ryan, God loves me. That's why I'm talking to these two girls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so let's get to Seth. So then Seth,
Oh, like I said, punch in the mouth. Like,
Kill me this
he gets
episode.
2 different Christmas gifts. One from Anna, which is like a hand-drawn comic book about him and his weird horse.
So thoughtful.
oh,
And
yeah.
strange.
And then Summer, for her gift, dresses up as Wonder Woman.
They really leaned into the Madonna whore thing here, and I hate it.
I remember as a teen being like, this feels crazy for like teenagers to do.
Literally,
Do I
when
have to
she's
do
in
this
the
with my
like
boyfriend?
outfit, yeah.
And a whip? Is she like, or a lasso? She lassos. She lassos him. And then he stands up, and then Anna comes in the room, of course, after she grabbed the like lasso, and then the comic book. What's this? And she's like, oh my God, I gave you a comic book. Like, what am I, 8?
Your Anna impressions are so good. It makes my skin crawl just like she said would she say it herself.
So then they both decide they're not going to put up with Seth anymore for the like what umpteenth time.
Well, and then Summer calls herself a whore, and he's like, no whores here, or something. I don't know.
yeah,
But
Wonder
yeah,
Woman's not a whore. It's like, no, she's not.
And Anna was like, you're so hot. Like, you look so good. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure Anna's into Summer.
That would have been a more
A better
interesting
storyline,
plot
yeah.
line.
if they would have just became all three a couple.
Yeah,
Polyamory.
a throuple.
Throuple.
Or just like not Seth.
Yeah, there you go. But then you would have had to still deal, like, well, who would you rather deal with, Seth or Anna?
I feel like Seth gets better. And we know Anna, the actor, does not get better.
Right.
No.
So that's happening with Seth.
Yeah, and I think he ends up, because they're like, you have to make a choice. And Seth ends up not choosing either of them. And they're both kind of like butthurt about it the next episode. But before that, we shall get to the parents. I think that's all the teen stuff, really.
Yeah, there's not a lot. The only thing that's happening, Jimmy and Julie are pretty like light in this episode.
Except they're dancing at the Christmas party.
Kirsten.
Jimmy and Kirsten.
Yeah.
Uncool.
Don't like it.
Don't even get me started. Again, the audacity of Kirsten. You know what? She behaves like a spoiled rich girl who had who always got to do exactly what she wanted. Like, that is how she's acting as an adult. Like, no consequences for her actions. That is so what she's used to. Because she's like, what? Like, Jimmy just like came over. We just like painted. Like, okay, he kissed me. Like, but I don't like him like that. It's like
my oldest friend.
You're an adult woman. Stop it. She likes it, and she likes the attention.
Friends,
no,
Kirsten.
you don't need your ex-boyfriend from high school who's destroyed the town as a friend.
The only other adult thing that's going on is that Caleb and Sandy
Julie?
and Kirsten are
So
still
heating up.
going. They're going through the lawsuit for the Swamp Rose.
Oh, the Swamp Rose, sex life for Swamp Rose.
And somehow they're like in negotiations, and like Caleb has come up with a sum that he wants like the city to pay him for the property. And Kirsten, again, I'm a little foggy on this, but Kirsten
It doesn't matter.
finds out that like the land is worth basically nothing. There was like an ecological survey done.
Father Caleb hid this evidence.
Yeah, and Father Caleb hid the evidence, and she like finds a report.
Wait, did he commission the ecological survey?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
so he
okay.
knew about it, and so Sandy finds out, or no, Kirsten finds out about it and gives it to Sandy, and so Sandy then negotiates like, I will pay you $1.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
And then Caleb, with the anti-Semitism, comes in as like, Happy Hanukkah, Sandy.
Yikes.
Yikes, right.
Yeah, I didn't watch this episode. I didn't do my homework. Sorry.
Do better, Father Caleb.
Yeah, Father Caleb, not a good look on you.
No, he's like regularly like quite anti-Semitic. It's like not good.
That's why he's Father Caleb.
That's why Seth is so bi-religious.
Okay, so now we're going into episode 14, which is a fucking banger of an episode.
Oh, do not even get... I watched this episode probably like 100 times.
It's stuck in my brain.
Actually.
It does not miss. This episode hits everything, and it is called The Countdown, and it's episode 14. Hopefully this synopsis isn't total shit.
I feel like
It probably will
worse.
be. I like it. I like being surprised. They always throw in something crazy.
Kirsten's rebellious sister, Haley Nickel, comes to town on New Year's Eve, causing turmoil in the Cohen household. Meanwhile, Ryan and Marissa take a big step in their relationship that throws Ryan. They plan a quiet evening of popcorn and movies at home, but Marissa later decides to attend a party hosted by Oliver Trask, who goes to the same therapist as she does. Bad synopsis. So much happens in this episode.
I mean, that's not untrue, but it leaves a lot out.
It leaves a lot out. I have so many feelings.
Yeah, go
from
for
this
it. I'm
episode.
so excited that you got to experience this episode.
I think I want to start with the adults.
Okay, yeah.
Haley Nickel.
Another spoiled rich girl.
Truly.
Wow. She literally acts like one of the teens.
How
in this
old is she
episode.
supposed to be?
So
I never knew that.
Like 30s.
we think in her 30s because she's not that much younger than Kirsten.
Right. She's not like 22 either.
No, she's not a kid. So like she comes back. Suddenly there's a sister.
We learn about her and meet her in the same
Yeah.
episode.
And she comes home but like she doesn't tell anybody, and she's the like third adult woman standing in front of Ryan in like no clothes.
Yikes.
She just like shows up at the pool house, is like, who are you?
Well,
Again.
he just had that awkward moment with Marissa where she said, I love you. And he was like, thank you. And so he walks into the pool house and is like, I love you. Was it that hard to say? And she's like, I love you too, or like something. And she's in her underwear.
In her underwear. In front of
this teen.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you be so just like, that's a nightmare. That is a worst nightmare.
And then she kicks him out.
Yeah, she's like, this is my pool house.
Yeah, and makes him sleep on the couch, which Blaze had an excellent point earlier.
Yeah, like they don't have another bedroom. He has to sleep on this couch in this mansion. That's the only place to sleep.
Again, but that is such like spoiled, entitled, rich brat behavior. She's like, it's my pool house.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
You're like an adult woman.
Yeah, but like Ryan also could have gone to one of the, 6 guest bedrooms.
I know there's more than
There's got to be
2 bedrooms in that
Yeah,
home.
exactly.
Like, there's no way.
Just Seth and the parents.
Yeah, there's no way.
Right, yeah. The 3-person household doesn't have...
It's like a 12,000 square foot home.
Right.
There's more bedrooms.
There's
I
more
know
bedrooms.
it.
Yeah. So Haley shows up and she tells Kirsten and Sandy, basically gets in like Kirsten's head about like, oh, you guys are like so married. Like, oh my God, you're so married.
So boring.
You're so boring. You're so married. Like, and what are you guys doing tonight? And they're like, we're going to dinner. And she's like, you guys should go to this like cool party. Like, I was going to go, but here's the information about the party. Guys, this party, they get there. All the lights are on.
All the big lights.
All the big lights. And
Mood, horrible.
one of Kirsten's like friends that we've seen before,
Yeah, one of her
noopsies.
yoga laddies.
one of the noopsies, yeah, which
Noopsies.
we've decided is Holly's mom. There's
Sure.
no information to assume that, but just based on
Feels
her
right.
opinion. Long story short, they find out it's a swingers party.
Bright lights.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
The vibes are low at this party. They're not
good
sexy
vibes.
at all.
No, not sexy. And so like Sandy and Kirsten are like, oh shit, like, oh,
So
okay,
we're gonna
we
fuck
should
these people, right?
go.
Yeah, everyone puts their like wristwatch
The watches,
in the jars, and then everyone like picks one out at the end.
So Sandy and Kirsten are like kind of like,
Playing chicken,
yeah, they're playing chicken with putting his watch in the bowl. And the evening goes on, and Kirsten's like, no, it's not serious, like da 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 da. And then Holly's mom, or this bitch, is like, well, he's having an awful lot of fun for somebody that like isn't in a rut.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, excuse me, like,
Stop projecting.
also Sandy's just like,
He's along for the
Chatting.
ride. He's like, this is silly, fun, goofy
yeah,
time.
he's just kind and naturally flirtatious.
I also like this narrative that it's like to swing, like it can't have just been a couple like making
fun.
that choice. Yeah, it's like, oh, your marriage must be in trouble. Like all
Yeah.
of our marriages are in trouble.
That's
like,
why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, yeah, I wouldn't want to swing either if like it was all bright lights. Everyone's like sitting around at 6 p.m.
Wait,
like,
dude, and then
The vibes suck.
the vibes are low.
and the vibes get worse because
That's right.
they're like all having conversations. Sandy and Kirsten are still playing chicken because Sandy's like, okay, let's go. And she's like, no. Like,
I want to stay. I'm having a great time.
yeah. So like they kind of play chicken again.
She just like needs attention. That's why she keeps fucking Jimmy Cooper around.
But listen to this. So they all put their like watches in the bowl. And then how it works is like, which again doesn't make sense to me. It's like, wouldn't you guys just pick?
Yeah, like there's no like real consent here either because you see some people be like, ugh, and
Well,
it's
that's
like,
what happens.
That's
It's
what
like
Holly's mom did. She's like, to the one guy.
Yeah.
She wanted Sandy's watch. She said it.
she goes,
yeah,
"Hope
me
you have
too."
better luck, Kirsten. Like,
right? Like what is happening?
At any swingers party I've heard of is that the person chooses who they want to swing with.
Consent is
Yeah.
key, as I understand. Like I said,
Random.
maybe swingers parties are like this. I have not been to one, but it seems like there's a better way.
right. And so they all go, and like one by one, the couples start pairing off. Again, lights are bright. And then it's just,
It's 8 o'clock.
yeah. There's also an ornithologist in this episode.
Hell yeah. I know whose watch I want.
Right. And
Tweet.
so there's no more watches, and Sandy and Kirsten look at each other, and she's like, how did that happen? And Sandy like pulls his watch out from his pocket, which is also just like so hot because
Yeah.
it's Sandy doing it, right?
Literally 100%. That's what I thought. Even
Loyal to his core, this man.
as a youth watching, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. Sandy loves his wife.
He's so romantic. He's such a good husband.
So that was like probably my favorite like just section of this episode was the whole swinger situation with Kirsten and Sandy because it's just so unhinged.
Also, I love that Haley just like arrived and knows about the
For
like
one day.
Yeah, one day, and just knows about the swingers gathering.
Yeah, right. So then on the Haley front, Haley is just like is gonna like she's like, no, I'm just gonna stay in. And then she throws this huge rager.
Which is so weird because again, she's supposed to be like 35,
even in her late
Like,
20s, like this would be weird.
Yeah, it is
And
weird
she, like,
behavior.
She owes a bunch of people money that she like
Yeah.
invites to this party. I'm like, why would you not lay low?
And then
like, this is weird.
Literally.
Yeah, so like there's this huge party going on, and
She locks like Ryan and Seth in the
pool house. Like, it's just a whole thing. It's very annoying. But there's also one part, I don't know if this is before or after the party, so I apologize. But there is also a part where she's like, Jimmy! Like, and Jimmy and Haley, like, meet up.
Oh my God.
And they're, like, flirting. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
Right.
Like, pick a fucking sister.
Yeah, seriously.
And settle on it. Like, come on, dude.
Maybe he's obsessed with Father Caleb.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Honestly, because there is not a single scenario where, like, someone is obsessed with my sister in a gross, unhealthy, weird amount, and I come back into town and he's like flirting with me, and I'm like, into it. Yeah, like, get away, pervert. Like, I'll call the cops. Like,
it was
Brigadier Blaze, get away from her.
Yeah, that's right. Brigadier General Pirate Blaze.
So let's talk about the teens for a second, because the ending sort of all comes to conclusion as for all of them. So Blaze, take us away.
Take us away.
We're at the New Year's party.
The New Year's party.
So the party is apparently at Oliver's penthouse, and nobody really notices this part, but you know, Anna's there.
Of course.
Everyone's like there. It's like, oh my God, like people I know. And she's like, oh, how do you know Oliver? She's like, who? Or she says like, I know the parents of the people that own this penthouse. And she's like, you know Oliver? And she's like, who? Never questioned it. And people just continue talking.
Because she's never talked to anyone that Seth hasn't talked to.
True.
There's also Anna and Summer are like commiserating in the fact that like Seth wanted to be friends with both of them. And there's this boy,
another guy at the party, and he's looking at both of them, and they're like, we can't do this again.
They're like, you have to choose.
Exactly. Like, those words literally come out of their mouth. And it's like, I'm sorry. But, like,
have some fucking self-esteem.
Yeah, exactly.
So Summer ends up kissing that guy, and she's like, you're not Seth Cohen, ew. And then Anna, like, goes to Seth's, I think.
And, like, kind of not portrays Summer, but, like, they're in that, like, weird friendly space again where they're like,
fuck Seth.
Yeah, fuck Seth. And then Anna's like, you know what? I'm going to go fuck Seth.
Yeah,
basically.
Anna says, okay,
not a girl's girl.
Not a girl's girl, no.
Not a real girl.
And then Oliver and Marissa.
They're like talking about their inside jokes in this episode.
Oh my God.
And like,
don't they say something about like hummus or crudité or something?
Crudité.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, Ryan's like, you have inside jokes, and she's like, yeah, it's just like our thing.
And she like tells Ryan, or she tells Oliver how Ryan didn't say I love you back. And then we find out about Oliver's girlfriend.
Yeah, Natalie.
You're not even ready for Oliver's girlfriend.
I don't think Oliver's girlfriend is real.
Just like Anna.
He's obviously in love with Marissa.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, Marissa's so stupid to not notice that.
She knows, and she likes the attention.
Just like her neighbor who's in love with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
Father Jimmy. Yeah, what else?
Yeah, so midnight is coming about. Ryan and Seth are like stuck at the house party.
They're locked in the pool house.
Seth
is acting like he is in a glass case of emotion. He has a paper bag, is like, and Ryan's like, this is 360 windows. Like, you're fine.
It's like bigger than most people's homes where Ryan grew up.
Right?
Like, again, punched in the mouth. Like,
yep. He should have been punched. And then what's her name? Haley opens the door and he's like, air. Oh my God. And then Ryan's like, I have to get to Marissa. Where is she?
Yeah, that's right. He was locked away from her. Mm-hmm. But nothing will stop him.
And I think you could probably recite this from memory. So tell us what happens next, Kate.
I mean, yeah, it's a race against the clock. So Ryan, driving there, probably speeding, gets there. The elevators are like too slow or whatever. So he runs up the stairs.
Which again, penthouse.
Yep.
Yeah, in Orange. Like, how tall is this building? Did they ever say what floor it's on?
No, but he does, like, he ends up, like, he says something to her and he's like...
he's acting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's acting like he just ran up some stairs, which I appreciate, because that is also a pet peeve of mine when someone like got back from a run or is doing something like exertive, like where they exert themselves on TV and they're just like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he runs in the door at the last second as Oliver is like lurking and Marissa's kind of like,
Oliver's counting down. He's like 30, 20,
yeah.
10. And I'm like,
like a predator.
Oh, he also has this like weird, he's like, mojitos.
Oh, ew, I hated that. So
he's like, I'm not drinking because I'm sober.
they're supposed to be in sober, in therapy now.
Yeah, and Marissa's like, mojito.
What's a mojito?
Oh,
girl,
God.
like, you're supposed to be an alcoholic. You should know what a mojito is.
Yeah, please.
It's so Anyway, so yeah, Ryan sprints in at the last second as they're counting down, sees Marissa, runs over to her, and doesn't he say I love you too after he kisses her?
Yeah, and then she says thank you.
And that's when he pants, too.
Yeah,
And
he's like, I love you.
And it's like a half like slow motion, half not. I love
There's glitter
a lot of slow
everywhere.
motion.
Yeah, oh,
confetti.
Where did it come from? We don't know.
We don't know.
that song, I forget who the artist is, but the song is called Dice, because best believe I played that a gazillion times over and over.
Yeah, it is very romantic.
It is romantic. It is. This is like what makes. I mean, at the time, this is like what I watched this show for.
Right.
Like these moments of like the Ryan and Marissa like moments and like blah blah blah. Like couldn't have told you about the Swamp Bros, but
I'm like invested in like the legal ramifications.
no,
of the
now I
conservatorship.
am.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh, wait. So Caleb commissioned this ecological survey. Who conducted it? Like, I'm so curious as to how this all
How many
shakes out.
flights of stairs was this penthouse?
Yeah. I
How much did it cost?
didn't ask a single one of those questions back in 2003.
No, that's what it was. Yeah, it was 2000 because they talk about it being like,
Seth count is so 2003.
yeah.
We were 12, which is
was
crazy.
Over 20 years ago. Yep.
Yeah, dude, it was a wild episode all around.
It was.
Like the swinging, the Oliver and Haley of it all. Like,
yeah, Haley and Jimmy. And it's like almost you almost want them to like make it work because it's like maybe these two losers will stop like losering and like can maybe like do something about their behavior together and be better. I mean, spoiler alert, no, but you know, it's like maybe if they find each other, they'll go away.
Well, then the episode ends.
Flee away.
It doesn't end with the kiss. It ends with Kirsten and Sandy coming home to an absolutely fucking wrecked house.
Oh yeah,
Couches are flipped over.
from her 35-year-old sister.
Sandy walks in on a threesome in his own bedroom.
In his bed. I would
It's
die.
nuts. And Haley's like, what's the big deal?
She's like, listen to me. And she's like, you're not my mom. I'm like, well, somebody has to be.
Yeah. Kirsten steps up
Finally.
and is like, you are in my house. You have wrecked my house. Like, you are going, I'm not mom, but like, you are going to fucking listen.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. My favorite line, though, is Sandy's like, I look forward to waking up to a clean house tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, Sandy, clean that house. And then Sandy and Kirsten kind of have like a romantic moment. Like, he takes off his watch. She's in like a silk nightie.
Yeah, a lot of people are banging in this episode.
Yeah.
Seth
That's true.
and Anna, not Marissa and Ryan. You know, never. And Sandy and what's her face, Kirsten. Who else?
The people in Sandy and Kirsten's bed.
Yep.
All the swingers.
swinging
All the swingers. Yep.
It was a horny episode.
It really was. They rang in the new year
With a bang.
with a bang.
With many bangs.
many bangs. Yeah. It is a...
Wait, that's really funny. This New Year's Eve party was a swingers party that started at like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably because... Well, I don't know. Because
They said they were going to dinner, but how
Yeah,
late?
but like, I mean, when we go out to dinner on New Year's, we get like 10 p.m. reservations. So
Sure, but they weren't giving that vibe off. Remember, she was like talking about how they were such dorky losers.
Yeah, but it was dark
It was dark.
Oh, okay. But it's dark
with
that
all
time
the
of
bright
year.
lights.
True.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. We'll never know.
We'll never know what time it was. The swingers
Josh
party.
Schwartz, if you're listening.
Josh Schwartz, right in.
Another thing we didn't give a shit about as a kid.
No, none of these logistics crossed my mind even once. I forgot about so much of the adult storyline, as I've mentioned. Dr. Panda's experiencing
Never
it for the
seen
first
him,
time.
yeah. Yeah, it is a like a Tijuana level almost.
I liked this episode better because, again, as a youth, like a lot goes down, but you know you don't have to deal with like the hospital scene in the next episode. You know what I mean? Like, there's no like
Ramifications.
yeah, there's none of the like BS ramifications where it's just like, all right,
Killed the vibe.
yeah, like now Jimmy Cooper is gonna act all shocked that Marissa did. You know, we don't have to like deal with that.
Right.
So
It's just all drama.
yeah, exactly.
I like that. I like that. It's all wrapped into a nice little bow at the end too. So that is it for our OC recap. Excellent episodes. It's a collection of great, just a couple of bangers, literally.
More than a couple.
Yeah. So let's talk about Feral Trash Night.
We're going to bed.
Yeah, we're
I
going to bed.
know
It is
we're recording late
late
because of me, because I had a
Feral Work Night.
feral work night, feral life night.
Employment sucks sometimes.
I'm very grateful to be employed, and I really do love my job. But, you know, once in a while, there's just some things that, like, you know, you just had a long day at work. Like, that's like, everybody knows what that feels like. And nobody did anything evil. Right. Like, nobody was cruel. It was just like,
a bad day.
Just a long day at work.
And you know what? Feral Trash Night is about doing what's best for you in the moment. And sometimes that's eating Oreos and watching trash TV. And sometimes that's just going to bed.
I'm pretty sure we ate 2 sleeves.
I've had nary an Oreo.
No, we ate a lot of Oreos.
They're gone. That's okay. There's chips.
We have many more sleeves. I got the box at Costco.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Good news.
Recently.
The Midwest way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would have, if I had to go to Costco tonight, I might have cried in Costco. Like, Costco would have broken me.
You can't be in any sort of emotional state going into Costco. You have to be all good because it will happen.
It's so easy.
It's so triggering.
Oh, it is. Triggering is the right word. Like, sometimes you think about, like, world hunger and just, like, the suffering in the world. And then you walk into a Costco and you see, like, the pallets and pallets of food piled up to the ceiling. And you're just, and, like, people in line with their massive carts for the hot dogs. And you're just like...
And someone banged into you with their giant cart in your ankles.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, my God.
I've never been stressed in a Costco.
Oh, my God. Speak for yourself. What are you on? And I need... to know.
Oh, I'm on a lot of medication.
Yeah, no, like, we'll talk offline. Yeah. You have such a strong tolerance for Costco because I remember I met you and Dale and Gillian there one day. It was like Sunday and I had to go and you were like, oh, I'm going. And I was like, oh, I'll meet you there. And it was so busy.
Oh, it wasn't even that busy.
It was so busy. And I was, you know, walking around with Gillian, like, we're having a good time. But also, like, you know, other people are shopping and, like, I'm trying to, you know, teach him to pay attention to, like, other people and, like...
You'll get run over in that store.
100%. And, like, the stress I felt, not from Gillian, because he and I were having
just,
a good
like,
time.
having a child in a Costco.
It was more the other people. Like, I didn't really mind Gillian. And, like, some people were, you know... people get it, but some people were just like gonna barrel into this little boy and like,
well, they can't see over their mountain of stuff in
mountain
their cars.
Of stuff. Yes.
I can't. That's why I start pulling it from like the front, like from behind me, because I can't see over my stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's enough to really send me into a place. So anyways, I will not be going to Costco.
It is also 11:30, so...
No, I mean, obviously, if Costco were open now would actually kind of be the time to go, but not
No, they
tonight.
close at a reasonable hour because they treat their employees reasonably.
Yeah,
which is
honestly, thank
great.
God. It's nice to see.
That's one good thing about is the employees there. They are always nice.
That's true.
Because they're happy, probably.
Yeah, because they're
they
not
get paid well.
They're treated well. They're treated like human beings working a job that requires skill and like,
crazy.
Wow, a concept. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here.
Like a Costco stand.
Pay your workers. Fuck capitalism.
Fuck Father Caleb.
Fuck Father Caleb. But not in the way you want to say.
Not in the good way.
Fuck Daddy Sandy.
Fuck Daddy Sandy.
Oh boy. On that note, that's our show. You can find us at Something Feral FTN on Instagram, Something Feral Pod at Gmail on TikTok. Watch us on YouTube and Spotify. Don't forget, you can see us on Spotify.
We can see you.
We can see who. No. Well, off to get feral. See you next week.
Oh, that was a big one.
I put a lot of power.
You put a lot of power to that.